transcriptions. Well, they're good and bad transcriptions like they're good and bad contemporary works. As a matter of fact, somebody was going to do the Samuel Barber, yeah. What is it? A Dodger for Strings. Why did you all know that? Because it's that really, as Don Gillis once told me, and I don't know if you know the name Don Gillis, he said, transcriptions are transgressions. And the reason they're transgressions is because they're played so badly. But when I explained to him how I tried to use string bowings to approximate what the composer intended, it more sounds like the composer really wanted it that way. Okay, so let's go from the very beginning of Slavonic Rhapsody. And by the way, when we talk about transcriptions, it works the other way as well. Don Gillis, if you don't know, was the recording and broadcast engineer for Toscanini with the NBC Symphony, and wrote several things for band. And one of the things he wrote was Symphony 5½, which was really a tremendous piece. And Tulsa, that many of you have played. But he played Suite Française of Darius Milhaud for Toscanini, a band playing it, and Toscanini liked it so much he wrote to Milhaud and had it done for orchestra. So it works both ways, okay? And also Russian Christmas music was written for band, as you know, by Alfred Reed. And when I had two orchestras, I had the George Mason University Orchestra and the McLean Symphony Orchestra, and there was a dearth of material for Christmas. So I asked Al to do Russian Christmas music for orchestra. And he said, Gabe, nobody would buy it. A piece written for band, an orchestra's going to play it? I said, trust me, it'll work. So while he was on the road a lot, so he had Clark McAllister do most of the work under his supervision. And the same thing occurred where when it was published, you know, he was very concerned that nobody would buy it. But he had programs from the Amateur Concert Cabal, from the Symphony Orchestra in Tokyo, from all over the world playing his Russian Christmas music, written for band. Now it's a transcriptions, but orchestral people didn't object to doing a transcription if it's good. All right, so the very beginning of Slavonic Rhapsody, one of the reasons I picked this particular piece because it lends itself so well to a variety of string bowings and also a variety of styles and tempos and so forth. So it has a lot of contrast. The very first three notes of the piece, and you know there are no two violin players in the world that are going to bow things exactly the same. There are many symphony conductors who bring their own bowings with them, so there's no question about what he wants, rather than worry about who wrote the bowings for the particular piece he's going to conduct. And we can talk about the very first three notes. It can be bowed up bow, down bow, up bow, down bow, da, 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 dee, which works. Or it can be played all up bow, da, 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 down bow. And actually, as you know, down bows come on the first beat of the measure normally because it has the most weight, and upbeat on the up bow because it's the lighter sound on the fourth beat or the third beat in 3/4 or 4/4. But what I prefer is down bows, and that's very clear audibly and visually to the player. Would you play the very first three notes, clarinets? And what I like is three down bows, and I would like to have you visualize three down bows from the frog to the tip. Okay, here it is. Okay, with me. Bom, 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 bom. Right. And each note gets equal value. Otherwise, we can go up bow, down bow, up bow, D, da, da, D. Can you play it that way? A little bit lighter on the first note, lean on the second note, lighter on the third note, and lean on the fourth note. I know this is a lot of detail, but that's what string players go through to get the kind of sound, or the conductor, the kind of sound he or she wants, okay? Up bow, down bow, da, okay? That's a totally different sound. It works too, but I like all down bows. Let's hear it again. All down bows, okay? Right. And so that's a down bow. The next beat, the second beat, will be an up bow. D, and then a down bow. And that third beat of the first measure is an eighth note. Bands always play it too short. Not only where it occurs in this particular piece, in any piece. And so what I'd like to have you think of the third beat of the first measure as the full down bow from the frog to the tip. Play the third beat of the first measure, okay? Just watch me and play it. Again. That long, okay? Let's go from the top now. Down bow for the down beat, up bow for the second beat, and a full down bow for the third beat. Wonderful. Normally that would sound right? Okay. And let's go on from there. And again, 3 down bows. Lighter. Now full bow. Okay. Go on. Down bow. Okay. Those were all down bows for the weight that we want, all those notes. Now the third beat of the third measure is a dotted 8 and 16, followed by 6 16th notes. Now to play, this is a rhapsody, and oftentimes we play things that are so strict and in tempo that we forget how to play rhapsodically, whatever the word is, like a rhapsody. So what we're going to do, play the third beat of the third measure, dotted 8 and 16th, and then start the 6 16th like it's going to only be 4 16th notes. Da, 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 da. Okay? Just do that. Third beat, third measure, and then only play 4 notes as a group of 6. Right. And that's the way we're going to play that group of 6, except we're going to hurry it a little bit on the third note, and then hurry the last 2 notes. Now that sounds very complicated, but you'll follow me, right? Play the third measure. Here's the down beat of the third measure. D. Almost, okay? Feel it as a section. Listen and watch. Third measure. Beautiful. And that's rubato. That's like a rhapsody, okay? Let's go from the very beginning again and just do that much, okay? Thinking of down bow, up bows, and then the third measure, dotted 8 and 16th, 4 16th, and hurried into the last 2 notes. There we go. Songs on the down bows and lighten up on the notes that are up bows, and then that rhapsodical feeling in that third measure. And we're going to continue to do that throughout this entire opening section, okay? Let's go to the top again. We will go on this time. Eyes, watch, listen. Now this is up a fourth, the second statement that I've done probably 18 or 20 concerts with Doc Severinsen and marked all of his parts with violin bowings because his father, who was a dentist, was a violinist and taught Doc how to play the trumpet using violin bowing. So he used violin bowing, like I just told you. Now, if he were playing this second phrase that we're about to play, the first phrase he would write under his part, say it. Now, in the fifth measure, he would say, suffer a little, because it's higher and more intense. And that's what we want, okay? Let's hear it. Pick up to the fifth measure. Hold this, hold it, hold it, hold it. And that was more intense. Now there's a problem that occurs here at this pickup to the ninth bar. There's a 16th note on F, followed by a quarter note on F. So what would you do as a band director? Give 3-4, 3-4 ta-tam, or 4 ta-tam? Well, what Toscanini did, and this is what Don Gillis said, like the first two notes of Barbara Seville, a very similar figure, right on it. Play the two Fs, right with me. There's no question about where it comes, rather than 3-4 and anybody comes in anywhere. But you beat right on it, and there's no question, okay? We're going to go on from there, okay? And you have 4 16th notes that are tied. Get off the tie. Don't tie, okay? Da-da, off, da-dee, da-da. Here's the Fs. Something that happened that you did automatically that I was going to mention, but I didn't need to. Here you played this groups of 6 and groups of 3, didn't you? Da-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba. But you remember the first 2 groups, how you played them? There were groups of 2, weren't they? But I didn't tell you to do that. You did it automatically. Bravo. And that's variety. And that's what we want. Wonderful. Let's do those Fs again, please. Okay, let's do those Fs again, 9th bar. Da-dum, dramatic. And right here, the 2 clarinets, 16th, dotted 8th, 16th. Up, bow, down, bow, down, bow. We want da-dee, da-da. Up bow is light, down bow is a little bit heavy. Da-dee, da-da. Right with me. I'll dictate it. No, no, I didn't hear a down bow. Right, wonderful, okay? We'll start there and we'll go on. You see where we are? Okay. And where's our flute section? There you are. We need to have you quite here. This is one measure before the Giocoso. Okay? Everybody, this is everybody. One measure before Giocoso. I'll cue you. This is not you. This is you. Play that measure. One before Giocoso. Do you have a chord note there on the B flat? Make it a half note with a crescendo, which again is compatible with everybody else. Okay? All right. One measure, okay? Crescendo! Everybody crescendo on beat 3 and 4, right? And then subito, piano at the Giocoso. Okay? Crescendo! Now right here again, violin bowings help a great deal. It says Giocoso, which means jokingly, right? And the way we're going to do that, and the way violin players would play it, they would play it off the string, or jeté. Of course, every language has its own definition of what off the string is, but in English it's off the string. So play everything short. Up, 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 up. That's the way violin players play. Let's hear it. Giocoso. This is heresy, because you've been told to keep play your notes full value. Don't. Cheat. Okay? But you held that note. Da, ya, up, da, 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 da. Stop holding it. Da, ya, up, da, 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 da. Joking. Again. Short. Again. Short. Now don't hold it. Again. There you go. Everybody Giocoso. Play it before that fourth beat. 2 and 3 and. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1. Okay? 2 and 3 and. But lean on the D flat. Yada-da-da, dee-da-da-da-da. Otherwise it sounds like a bunch of grapes without a definition. It moves them forward. Give it to 2, 3 and. Better. 2 and 3 and. Well, this is only a clinic. We're not preparing for a concert. You get the idea. Giocoso. Quickly, Giocoso. Oh, my gosh, I'm time almost. 3 and 4 and. And when you see that, folks, in your band repertoire, it doesn't mean detached, does it? Détaché, it means connected. Each note is connected with a separate bowl, but it is connected. Okay? One more time and we'll go on, and I'll show you where it comes. Quickly, quickly. Giocoso. legato. When you go 4 measures before the allegro coming up, quickly, 4 before the allegro. 3 and 4 and. 3 and. 1 and. And that's prestissimo. It doesn't say that, but it screams to what you played prestissimo. Play the last part. Yappara, 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 yappara. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. Again. And go. 4 measures before allegro. Section, okay? But not bad, folks. Let's go on. And this is giocoso, which means what? Joking, right. Okay, right here. C and F, orange, you have it. Okay. All right, you have C and F, which are tied together, every measure, with an accent, right? And how do you play it? You use the tongue? Just the diaphragm. And that's called array bowing. And there's a better example of that. The 10th movement of Carmina Burana, where she's torn between chastity and love. Let's just do that. Low clarinet, bass clarinet. Would you play a D? It's a D concert. Play your written E. Your written E if you're in B flat. Play bass clarinet. Low. Second clarinets play B. This B. I mean third clarinet. Play this B. Seconds play this E. First play G sharp. Play. Right. Beautiful. And use nothing. There are quarter notes. They're tied together, the array bowing, and the way violin players play it is like this. Just pressure from the wrist. That's the way they identify. The bow is analogous to the airstream, okay? So if the bow doesn't stop, your airstream doesn't stop. Just use the diaphragm. Play it. Just the diaphragm. Quarter notes. That's an articulation you never hear in a band, and why not? It really works extremely well. As a matter of fact, I've written out the first oboe part. Where's our first oboe player? There you are. We're going to play it. We're going to play one measure in 4/4, and then we're in 6/4, and you're going to play that, okay? And this is the way it goes in the band arrangement, okay? But softer in the first especially. And that works so well. Beautiful, thank you. That's wonderful articulation. And that's what we want to use here. I didn't mean to get off on a tangent, but that's exactly the articulation we have here. Here's the language vehicles for everybody. 1, go. Nothing but a C and an F. 1 and. And the way we're going to do that is phrase off the second and fourth note of the group of 4. Da, 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 da. And that gives it sort of that geocoastal feeling. Okay, right here, after the fortissimo, everybody. After the fortissimo. One, go. Listen. Da 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 da. 1, 2. So we're going to ignore that and just play everything détaché, everything connected, okay? Except the second half of the second beat of the eighth notes. You see where you have 2 eighth notes? The second of those eighth notes play that short and staccato, okay? For a nice contrast. But this is very connected. Moderato, watch. From the final allegro con fuoco that we have later on. So this is not quite as fiery as the last one. Right here, allegro con fuoco. 1, go! Leave out the clarinets and flutes. Let's hear the rest of it. No flutes, no clarinet. 1, go! But it needs a little bit of fire, okay? Not louder. Not louder. 1, 2. That kind of fire. 1, 2. A different song. Beautiful. Everybody. 1, 2. 1, go. That's what we want, because we have the Maestros con forza coming up. And so we want to make the transition from the geocoastal to that. So as we play these B-flat accented notes that are syncopated, play them longer and longer and longer. Okay? Let's go 8 bars, please, before Maestros con forza. 8 bars. 1, 2. bass note you just played, leave it out in the upper woodwind because it doesn't go anywhere. And low brass and woodwinds, that B flat you have before the maestoso is a part of that melody. So yup ba 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 bom bom. Okay? Make that a part of the next phrase. 4 bars before maestoso. And I'll give that to you. 1, 2. You're wondering where you're going to play those 30-second notes, right? You're going to watch me, that's where you're going to play them, okay? Otherwise, you'll play them early, guaranteed. Or if they say it, Troy, guaranteed. Okay. Bom, bom, B flat, E flat. 1, go! G flat? Yeah. Minor. Pick up. 1. Get tempo. Look a little bit more weight. If you'll watch me, I'll give that to you. Again, maestoso pick up. B flat. Okay, 1 and 2. Play it. That measure. Upper woodwind starting in A flat. Right. No return down though, just the diminuendo. 1, 2, 1. La-da. B flat again, pick up, maestoso. 1 and 2. And one way, of course, what we never hear, and I don't understand this, in high school bands, even university bands, trumpets and oboes, saxophones don't play with vibrato. And yet you hear the great players, they always use vibrato, okay? Of course, not clarinet. Although I've heard Reginald Kell and Stanley Drucker use the vibrato from time to time, because I've worked with Stanley Drucker. Let's do the Compassione. Play it triple pianissimo. Watch. Yeah, with passion. Vibrato. la 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 dee. That's as fast as we're going to play. Totally out of tempo, rhapsodic. Play that dotted quarter note. And watch me. Don't look at the music. 2. Again, dotted quarter note. But watch me for the first note. I'll give you the first note, okay? Of the group of 30-second notes. Do the 30-second notes. But that's still C flat. But are you listening to each other? Obviously not. There you go. And then the next time there are 4 30-second notes, right? Dee, la, 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 dee. That's as fast as they'll be played. Now with passion, okay? On the compassion. Everybody? Passion. Clarify that even more, but that's wonderful first time. But that's the kind of passion we need so often that we don't hear. Now, right here we have the variation. You can play it again, but euphonium. Do you have measure numbers, by the way?
No.
You don't. Well, right where I stop, euphonium, you have a descension, right? Where are you, euphonium? Starting on A flat. Now, normally we make a crescendo as we go up. But now we're going to make the crescendo as we make the descension and diminuendo as we make the ascension. Play it before him. Boy, we're running out of time. Let's do the compassion one more time, and I guarantee we have to go on. two. Go out and. Okay. I was doing the orchestra at the Texas All-State. She was in the audience for the rehearsal, and I mentioned to them, I said, you can't play loud and fast. You want to play fast, lighten up your sound. And she wrote it in the book, I think it's the Symphony Conductor or something. Anyway, she quotes me, and it's absolutely true. Don't play fortissimo. Right here, the last one, but lots of enthusiasm. E, and go! One, two. You have all these 16th notes. You want to project. Don't play louder. Raise your bells. I want to see your bell. Higher. Now play it again. Not any louder. One, two. Totally different sound, right? You're projecting without playing louder. Okay? It's easier to go back to the neighborhood rather than couple measures. Don't play too loud. One, go! I got 3 minutes. The last B flat, brass play forte piano, play it. The last B flat, and like that, okay. And you have a B flat scale, right? Which never is heard, not even in the orchestra, because that's too loud. What I'm going to have you do is play it. And then you're going to play a very deliberate B flat scale on my cue. Those of you that have it. First do your B flat. Now on my cue. Too fast. That fast. Listen, play. And when they do that, you're going to get the crescendo. Okay? Here it is, put B flat, and I'm going to hold it until it feels good. But I need your crescendo, and I give that meter preparation. Again, there's the B flat. Now we can hear the scale, but before we could not hear it, because they played too loud. I've got about a minute and a half to last Allegro con Gioco. And big shot around low. Very beautiful. There you go. One, go! That's almost ready for performance. Wonderful job. Wonderful. Thank you.